Founded in 1943 by pioneer Angus breeder Loren Schlipf, Tree Lane Farms has a rich history in the purebred cattle business. One of the first to embrace black Simmental cattle, Dale Schlipf used this Angus cow herd as a base to fulfill his vision for the operation. Today, Tree Lane Farms still focuses on raising quality seed stock.
We're in the production cattle business, and we're raising 4 breeds of cattle: Angus, Simmental, Red Angus, and Charolais. We have 4 sales a year, sometimes 5. One of them is a production sale here at the facility at the farm, and that's in the fall, in November. The rest of the sales are online. But our goal is to raise breeding stock in all of those breeds at the highest level we possibly can. Our main priority is to raise good, functional, moderate frame cattle that are pretty enough and sound enough to compete, to gain that extra income by selling show stock. But our main bread and butter is functional, quality, moderate frame cattle that can work in herds across this country. And they've got to be good cattle, not just show cattle. That's the fine line that we walk as a family and as an operation, is cattle that can perform and function in a practical setting but still win a show at a major show, and that's the fine line.
While the Schlipf family's passion for raising elite cattle has never wavered, their breeding program has adapted over the years to bring more high-quality animals to the marketplace.
The focus on selling high enough quality show cattle to compete is different than it was maybe 5, 10, or 20 years ago, when if you had 100 cows and you got them artificially bred, you had a real good chance to raise good enough stock. In today's market, to raise the quality of cattle that can compete at a national level, those cows need to be so good. So our focus has been in all of the different breeds, buy the best donor quality females that we can buy and flush the donors in all 4 breeds, and then put those eggs in our bottom end cows that aren't producing high enough quality cattle to suit us. We then can clean up with a purebred Simmental bull, and still, if an embryo doesn't take, we can still have a chance at raising a half-blood Simmental female. And those females are the kind of females that people will buy 5, 10, and 20 of. And the half-blood Simmental deal, the percentage Simmental show cattle, have sold for more and more value every year. So even those cattle still have a chance to bring a premium.
The intense embryo transfer program in place allows Tree Lane Farms to produce a greater volume of quality cattle without drastically expanding the cow herd or overwhelming their resources. But after the premium calves have been marketed as show animals, a new challenge presents itself to the operation.
The challenge is keeping the genetics that we have just created to better our herd to move forward. So we walk a fine line there. Some of the things that we have done to compensate for that is, again, with the technology of today, we'll keep an embryo interest in something that we love, we hate to part with, but we need that income. We'll keep half embryo interest, or maybe a flush, and that way we can go back, we can still get eggs out of the genetics that we created, but we can still sell her and enjoy the income from that.
In addition to retaining embryo interest in their best genetics, Tree Lane Farms also builds their herd by keeping many replacement females from their fall calving group. The bulls at Tree Lane Farms are marketed through several avenues.
So the bull market in Central Illinois is a tough market. It's not a quantity thing in merchandising bulls in Central Illinois. It's quality. People want a good one, and we can sell those. If it's a mediocre bull that you may be able to sell in another part of the country, we don't try. The very best thing that we do in terms of selling bulls is send them to Hartman Cattle Company. If we use Mike's genetics, he will come back through here and he will look at these cattle and he will take the best of what we have or what he thinks he can merchandise, and he will put them in his sale in Nebraska, where the cattle are and where the cattlemen will go. We'll send some bulls to him. We will do an online sale for our own bull sale. But the key to that is to have quality bulls.
Tree Lane Farms has certainly earned a reputation for raising quality seed stock, and that's something in which the entire family takes pride.
I think the fact that Tree Lane Farms is a family business, a family farm, gives me great pride. We're on the right track. I think we're moving forward, and I think the next generation is going to help us do that. My kids in particular, they get up every morning, they work hard, they're focused, they have ideas and visions of their own, and there's probably not a better way to raise a family in terms of work ethic and vision and just the struggles of life as there is on a farm like we have. And there's many of those I know across the country, and I have great admiration for those livestock families that are out there. I feel a kindred bond to people in that business.
And it looks like these bonds will certainly carry on for yet another generation at Tree Lane Farms.
For my dad, I think some of the biggest points of pride would be to see the next generation work so hard to try and succeed and be successful, and the strive for breeding good cattle, no matter what breed. If you're a livestock person and cattle people like we are, it's in your blood. And I think that drive to be successful in the cattle business, I think that probably gives my dad and would have given my grandpa great pride in how we approach things.
Congratulations to Tree Lane Farms, the 2017 Illinois Beef Association Seedstock Breeder of the Year.